Hello, everybody.
Yay! Hello, everybody. Hello. So I am Mickey Preventer, and I am a co-founder of Conscious Life Collective. And I am so excited to be here on a Monday with our Sunday series. And I'm excited also to have Michael Ocher with us this afternoon. And really excited to hear what he's going to talk about today about going above what we believe in ourselves and I guess kind of stretching outside of our comfort zone.
And my name is Julia Birnatsky. I'm co-founder with Mickey of Conscious Life Collective. And yes, welcome once again to our Sunday series that today are happening on Monday. And so much going on in the cosmos, so much going on in the universe. We have a lot of questions. And Mickey started the some of them, it's about how to not be limited by what other people think we should do or should be, or how we can be above the limitations of our own perception of what our, not necessarily purpose, but what our path is, or what are we supposed to be, or even what the astrological chart tells us we are. How to be able to be outside of that, I would say, box, right? And also how to have the mercy and the compassion and the kindness as we go through this life, as we go through our process. So, and Michael, welcome once again. It is always a very special moment when we get together, and I'm passing it on to you now.
Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Julia. Hi, everyone that's watching. Hope you're having an amazing week. I had an amazing experience in Los Angeles with a lot of my colleagues. So I just got back and very excited to share all this energy and revelations that we have. And happy to be here with our Sunday series on a Monday. So this week we are in the month of Scorpio. We are, the energetic name of this week is called Lech Lecha. That's just how Kabbalists refer to different portions and different energies of the week. So we are month of Scorpio. Just to talk a little bit about this month, it's the month of, as we spoke in the previous sessions, it's a month of intensity, month of desire, month of contrasts. It's very important to remain cool in this month, not to lose our balance, not to lose our simplicity, our kind of, not to take things too close to our heart, to be much more simple. Because for Scorpios, life is very intense. It's very black and white. And it's every yes or no. It's either good or bad. It's either life or death. So the balance is not really present this whole month and this week, obviously. So very simply, even like the weather today in New York, it's a little bit gloomy. So you want the positivity, you want the light to be generating from you. You want to reawaken the understanding that everything that I really need always is inside of me. All the happiness, all the joy, all the love, everything is within me. Not to put outside as a source of fulfillment. That's very essential in life in general, and especially in this month. Now, this main vibe, you can say, of this week is the ability to look at what we were taught is our limit, what we were taught are our limitations of who we are, what we are, that we are this kind of person, we are, we were born into this family, we were born into a certain society, we were taught certain things, we had certain experiences in our life, we went through challenges in our life, we might have experienced some unpleasantness in our life, and that's the reason we are a certain way. And kind of have I don't want to say it's not an excuse, but kind of a logical reasoning of, oh, so I had a difficult childhood. I had a certain mother, a certain father, brother, sister, etc. And that's why I am this way. So in this week, we are taught that there is absolutely no limit to who you are. And we shouldn't use any of those experiences, any of those characters that came into our life as a reason or as a base for who we are. We want to understand that we're totally open. We can be whoever we want to be. We can be the people, we can be the forces, the energy of who we choose to be. And that nothing is written in the stars. This is another major message of this week, of the writings of the Zohar, is teaching us that no matter what sign you are, whether you are a Scorpio, a Libra, a Sagittarius, a Pisces, whoever you are, whatever astrological sign you chose to be born under, it does not mean that you need to be that person. It does not mean that this is who you are for the rest of your life. That's not what it means. It means it's the foundation, it's the workspace that you chose of your elevation. This is how you're going to elevate. So, for example, I am, to take my personal example, I'm a Gemini. Geminis love communication, they love talking, they love socializing, etc. So I can say, oh, I can talk a lot, I love socializing, and it's hard for me to concentrate. Oh, it's all because of my sign, and that's just it. And that's how a lot of conventional astrology look at, for example, people's charts. They label a certain characteristic, it's just that's how you are, and that's who you're going to be. So this week we're told that there's absolutely no reason for you to be anything besides who you want to be. That's a beautiful statement if you really think about it. Whatever I am, this is what I am choosing to be. Because the wisdom of Kabbalah teaches us something very special. It teaches us that we actually chose the moment, the place, the environment, the parents that we were born into. So it's not because I am a Gemini that because I was born in that month of June or whatever. It's because I chose that, and that was my decision. And I said, you know what? For my elevation, I want to be born in this month in order for me to do my personal elevation in this life. So we are breaking the belief, the feeling that I am a certain way just because I was, again, born in a certain household, under a certain sign, etc. This is all limiting beliefs. This is all limiting us. This is a limiting belief to tell you that you are going to be a certain way just because of those circumstances. Complete false. Complete false. You cannot be further from the truth. Because in reality, you can be whoever you want to be. And what we do have is we obviously have a huge amount of gifts that we receive from the Creator, from the universe, with the signs, etc., that we were born under. Now, our job is to understand what are those gifts. So, for example, if you start looking into your life, that the reason I was born in a certain environment, to a certain family, to certain circumstances, was actually a way for me to grow, and not a punishment, as some people look at it, but actually a way for me to grow and to become a better version of myself, then things become very different. Life becomes very different. So you really want to switch this whole week the belief, the thought process, the program, however you want to call it, that I am a certain way and this is how I am and this is how I'm going to be for the rest of my life. That cannot be further from the truth. Complete false. The ultimate reality is that your consciousness determines your reality and who you are. And everyone that came into our life was only to benefit us. So how do you know if you went through the process, if you learned from the experience? The end result we're gonna start from the end. The end result is that you feel appreciation for that. You are like, wow, thank you to my mom for bringing me into this world and for being this kind of a person and for teaching me all those lessons. So the next step kind of from the back is that you say you appreciate them for teaching you certain lessons, for bringing certain positive attributes into your life. So you, instead of blaming, you understand that, oh, if a parent was not as loving as you would like them to be, or didn't give you as much attention, etc. There's million different reasons we can blame anyone in this world with. But once you understand that that was actually a gift, that is actually something you specifically chose. You allowed this to happen. You wanted this to happen. You actually asked for this to happen. And you understand what was the lesson, meaning what was my lesson in this situation with this parent, with this with a sibling, etc., with a spouse, whoever it is. Once I understand that it was simply a lesson for me to learn and to grow from and to actually go to my next level of evolution and development, then I look at it in a very different way. So this week, it's very connected to astrology. This week, it's very much, you know, the wording that is used in the ancient writings is go get out of your house, of your parents' house. And the Kabbalists look at it and understand that there's a very big aspect in astrology of houses, right? And I'm not an astrologer, I don't know exactly to define it for you, what it means, but what it does mean is that you should not be limited by your nature. So whoever told you, oh, this is just my nature, this is who I am, this is how I was born, this is how I was raised, this is my sign, this is etc. and so forth, of that this is my excuse, quote unquote. I am a victim of this situation. This week, you want to step back and understand that I am actually in total control. I am the owner, the creator of this whole circumstance. Now, there's nothing almost more freeing than this understanding. When you fully understand that I am in total control of this situation, of this experience, of this situation, etc., then things become very different in my life. You know, one of the most fundamentals of our work in this world is the awakening of love for ourselves, that you fully need to really love yourself. You should be literally in love with yourself. It's a very essential step to being happy in this world, is that, you know what, I love myself. I love myself. I love who I am. I love everything about myself. I love the good, the bad, everything. When you start to experience life in this way, things become very different. You know, another good way to wake up is to ask, who am I today? Just ask yourself, you know, who am I today? And that's it. Don't try to answer it. But then you start to understand that the person that you are every single day is in your control. You are actually able to observe yourself from the side. You're actually able to detach. Now, this is the main thing of the whole month, is the, you know, the virtue of detachment, the restriction, the ability to take yourself out of the picture, out of a situation, out of limitations that you might have, and to say, you know what, I'm totally able to detach myself from this. The sign and the month of Scorpio, it's probably one of their ultimate weaknesses. The ability to let go, the ability to detach, the ability to say, this is not going to limit me for the rest of my life. This is not an owner of me. I am able to detach myself from this situation, belief, program, etc. Once you look at anything in your life that way, things become very different. Things become very different. But this month is going to be all about being attached, being not able to let go, not able to move on, not able to forgive, to be in a state of revenge, to be a little bit obsessive about things. Very intense. So we always want to look at it. What's the beautiful thing about all these things that I'm mentioning is, if that's the natural tendency of this month, that means the ability to do the opposite, the positive of it, is given to you tenfold. So if you will go through this month and you understand that, okay, so what is the universe? What am I really interested in letting go of this month? When I start to look at things that way, things become very different. And also my ability to awaken this attribute within me, awaken this ability, this consciousness, this virtue within myself becomes so much more amplified. So your ability to let go, your ability to forgive, your ability to detach, your ability to move on from all those limitations, from all those limits that you think are placed on you and going to limit you for the rest of your life, are going to become literally like a pot of clay that you can just smush and make a different form into whatever it is that you want. And obviously, how do you do that? You do that by going into your spiritual work, by journaling, by looking back. This month is very, very deep. It gives you an access to such a deep aspect of your subconscious and psyche that you are going to be blown away. Scorpio is one of the most intuitive, most psychic signs of the zodiac, naturally. That means we're also given that. Now, that means that the moment I'm able to keep my focus on the light, this is very beautiful understanding if you think about it, that I want to keep my goal, keep my direction, keep my development towards more and more light, becoming closer to the light, becoming closer to the universe. You can, we as Kabbalists use the term light, but you can use any word that you want, the universe, the creator, God, whatever it is. As long as you keep that as your goal, keep that as your focus, then things are going to be much easier for you. It's not going to be, a struggle. It's not going to be life or death. It's not going to be the people's fault, because actually Scorpio, as strong as they are, that's another attribute, amazing attribute of the sign, is extreme strength and tenacity. They're able to persevere, to push, to get whatever it is that they want. The main thing is the goal. Is you want to make sure the Scorpio has the fundamentals, kind of the things of getting, achieving things in your 1% life, very good, very strong way, very amazing workers, amazing achievers, etc. However, their big picture things are sometimes missing. And they actually really need a good spiritual structure, very strong spiritual foundation. They need a very strong understanding of what am I doing? Why is this happening in my life? The moment they get it, things just open up. Things become so much easier. They start to be limited, stop to be limited. They stop completely being limited by all these 1%, reasons of blaming people, because they have a very strong desire and need to find a person to be the fault. Who made me do this? Oh, this person made me do it. This person is making me do that. I only got upset. I only got angry because they made me. No one ever made you upset. You allow yourself to get upset. You get angry, you get upset, you get frustrated because you allow that person to make you angry or frustrated. To say that someone made me upset, that's a lie. It's not true. You can say it all you want, but it's like it's going to be me going in a daylight and saying it's nighttime, it's nighttime, it's nighttime. It's false. That's just what it is. So whenever I put any form of blame or say that I acted this way because of this person, that means I'm not the cause. That means I'm the secondary. That means I'm the effect. That means I'm going against the reason of why I came into this world. The real reason why I came into this world is to be the cause, to be the reason, to be the cause. That's the best word. The cause of things. The moment I say I got angry because this person did this, this, and that, you lost it already. Don't put anyone at fault. Don't blame anyone for anything in your life besides yourself. And not fault, not blame, not guilt, and not shame, but saying that I'm the creator of this, and that's it. It's very simple. There's no reason, no need to be in a reactive, not shameful, but in a reactive way, and saying that someone made me angry, someone made me upset, someone made me sad, someone made me depressed, someone made me frustrated. Complete false. Complete false. So this week, one of the things that you'll be able to do is say, you know what? No one ever made me angry. No one. I allowed myself to become upset. I allowed myself to get angry. But no one ever made me upset. That's a huge sense of freedom. That means you are the one who's going to be in charge of whether or not you get angry or upset. Very simple.
I held my breath. Everything that you're speaking about today is so precious, so important, and it's a life-changing experience, approach, consciousness, and awareness. And then just wanted to add is that, like, this is a time when I think we need to watch our thoughts, because our thoughts will come, right? We will think that, oh, this person just, frustrated so much out of me, right? But I think it's on the level of thoughts. Thought will come. Nothing you can do about it, because thought comes, like sometimes different versions of it will come, but we may get that, that negative or that victim consciousness type of thought. But I think it's just how fast we're going to transform it. I think that's what it's all about, how fast we're going to switch the switch to shining the light on me. Oh, I am the one. I've experienced this week so much, by the way. I know it's the energy of this coming week, but I've been going through these waves of, oh, this person made me upset, and then immediately switching it to, I am responsible. I am responsible. Number one, I am the one who said that, who reacted. My reaction is my reaction and nobody else's. And so
my choice.
My choice, yes, it's my choice, and I am choosing. And it's so interesting because this past 2 days, I've been choosing something against everyone saying to me that this is the way is better, and I'm still not okay with that, and I'm still choosing something else, and I'm still allowing myself to own that choice. And because this is my process, this is my path, I don't know if it's the best thing or not. We always say there's no mistakes, right? So all I'm trying to say is whatever our choice is, it's our choice, and it's the right choice.
Yes, totally.
And as our choices, it's our responsibility. I'm totally responsible for the choice and for the results of that choice that this choice is going to bring. But also that there will be thoughts that will be kind of like, oh, that person or that situation is having control over me. And it's just about to just switching it fast enough, soon enough.
100%. Totally. Yeah. The ideal thoughts also, the thoughts that come to us are actually generated from our being. It's not, it's like the more detachment I'll have, the easier for me it's going to be to say, oh, you know what? Yes, that thought comes, and the thought is telling me to blame this person, to blame the situation, to get angry, to say it's their fault, etc. We all know that. But the moment I say, you know what? Yes, that thought came to me, right? But I can still choose otherwise. That's where my proactive nature comes in, right? That's where my godlike nature comes in, my creator-like nature, my soul comes in, right? And at that moment, I'm able to say, you know what? I don't have to follow that thought pattern. I choose what thoughts I entertain, what emotions I entertain, what beliefs I entertain. It's all in my control. So that's a beautiful understanding. Totally, I agree very much.
And one more thing I wanted to add about the lesson we need to to learn from any situation that we encounter, right? So I'm just going to share, because people are asking me to share a little bit more, like examples, maybe from personal experiences or examples in general. But from my experience, I had a situation also where, like, it doesn't look good, right? It's just the situation doesn't look good. But all of a sudden, I was able to just ask myself one question: what do I need to learn from this situation? And it became completely different. It started to look completely different. It's almost like I needed to release that person from teaching me that lesson. And we do it every once in a while in the meditation. But it's so good to call back those things that we do during the meditation, like releasing the person from teaching us this lesson. And all of a sudden, the behavior changes, the relationship changes, my view of the situation is changes, and other people's view of the situation is changing. So, like, taking a responsibility 360. Like, there's so many different, like, details on how you can take the responsibility, and one of them is like, what do I need to learn?
Yeah.
Happening already. What do I need to learn? What is my lesson? Not somebody else's. Not how to fix that person or situation, but what do I need to learn and release?
Yeah. How does it serve me?
How does it serve me?
Yeah. Beautiful. I 100% agree with you. 100%. And also this idea of we all love to get upset. We all love to get angry and to blame, and to just the fact that your mood changes because of somebody's behavior. That's already allowing that person to give you control over how you feel, who you are, etc. So the moment I say, you know what, I am the only one who's in charge. I'm the only one who allows myself to get upset, to get frustrated, to get angry. It's only me. That's a huge, huge change, because I come from a background that I believed that you get upset because other people make you upset, right? I get angry because of other people, right? Or because of myself, etc. But there's always kind of an X, the reason, and then I get upset. That's a formula. And the X was always outside in my perception. That the reasoning of what makes, of how I feel, of how I behave, how I whatever, is outside of me. But once I understood that X is actually me, that I am the one, the only changing factor that can change of the outcome of how I'm going to feel or how I'm going to act, then everything changes. It's a very, very deep way. And actually, it's not something that comes to Scorpios naturally. The sign of Scorpio is not naturally, it's a very spiritual sign, very intuitive. However, they are also very fixed. And a fixed sign, meaning there is a lot of stubbornness. So another thing that we're all going to experience is a lot of stubbornness within us. A lot of, I said it this way and that's how I want it to be. It's going to be this way and this is how it is. And to change your mind, to change your perception, to change your outlook, to change your beliefs is not going to be like a natural experience for us this whole month. You know, so it's a good contrast. It's an amazing ability, and it's something that you need to have in a positive way, right? You want to be stubborn in your spiritual aspect, right? Saying that, no, I'm gonna remain proactive no matter what. That's a more positive stubbornness, right? Or I'm going to work as hard as I can to achieve the goals that I want to achieve. That's very positive, right? But not to be set in stone of the way I feel and this person is to blame and that's it. It's never going to change. It's not true.
Yeah, and I also wanted to bring in kindness again.
Yeah.
Being kind to, first we have to be kind to ourselves so that we can extend it to other people.
Yeah.
And like to bring kindness into any of these situations, I think is crucial right now. Because of everything that is going on in the world, kindness is just so needed on so many different levels, but also to transform that, like taking responsibilities, being kind to other people, because they're showing up in our lives because we're creating situations, right? So even if it's very unpleasant, we must employ virtue of kindness and compassion.
So true. So true. And we also, the people that we usually, appoint or blame and say that this is the reason I'm feeling this way, or I got upset because this person did something like that, we actually make them a little bit stronger than they might be. And we assume that force or harshness will make them respond or listen to us better. That's completely false. It's only openness, vulnerability, kindness, and compassion that's actually going to touch their heart and might awaken and change the situation in a different direction.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be, you can't fight fire with fire, right? We all know that. So you want to awaken as much kindness as you possibly can, starting with yourself and also the people that you say are to blame for the reason I feel a certain way.
So mercy, right?
Definitely.
Michael, I wanted to invite us into just slightly different format because somebody is asking a question, and maybe we could answer a question.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't see who the Facebook user is because they need to give permission to StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
See the name, for me to see the name. Hold on one second, I think it's Melanie. Miki just told me it's Melanie. So here's the question. I'm trying to learn how to speak to myself and tell myself how to respond to a situation like a friend. Step back from situation. For example, if a friend was sharing the experience with me, how would I tell them they should respond? We are nicer to friends than are to ourselves.
Mm-hmm. So how to be more kind.
Learn how to speak to herself.
Mm-hmm.
And tell herself how to respond to the situation as if she was her own, like a friend. She speaks to herself as if she is a friend.
Nice.
So
it's a great question. It's a great question. Thank you, Melanie. I think the best is what came to me is to write positive things about yourself that you appreciate on a daily basis. Put yourself on a challenge where for a certain amount, 20, 30, or 40 days in a row, you're writing positive things about yourself. A list of 5 things every morning or in the evening, whatever it is, but make it like a schedule. Do it actually like an exercise, and write every morning or every night or both 5 things where you really appreciate yourself for. You say, wow, this is an amazing attribute. And if you kind of start to get stuck, ask your friends. What do you think? What positive attribute do I have? What are the good things in me? Ask people around you. But it's an amazing thing that you're going to start to understand how special you are and how positive you are. You really want to. A lot of people are very different. Everyone is very different. But some people, they forget that they have so many positive attributes about themselves, and they don't even see it. It's like they don't even realize that you are a nice person. You're a kind person that people want to be with. So one thing that you can do is to start making those lists and start saying, being more aware of who you are. So that's going to be, you're going to understand that you need to be nice to yourself because you're such a good person, so that's a great way to, you can do it on the phone, you can do it on writing, obviously is always more powerful, but some way of really being aware of all your good attributes. That's a very good way to start to be nicer to yourself. And also, like we always say, whatever you focus on, that's what's going to amplify in your life. So if you're going to focus on the positive is going to amplify and become bigger in your life and grow. If you focus on the negative, it's going to be the negative that's going to be growing in your life. So choose what you want to harvest and what you want to, plant and nourish in your life.
Beautiful. Melanie, thank you for asking this question, and I hope that you got a lot to work with.
Yeah.
So amazing information, perspective, angles that we just received. So thank you so much, Michael, for that.
Sure.
Have a lot to work with, and
Yeah.
I would want to replay this episode because we've said a lot.
Yeah.
And said a lot of very deep things.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we have time for a meditation if you
Yes.
want.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do a quick meditation. Always good, always helpful, and brings it from the head to the heart, and that's what we want to focus on. Both obviously our consciousness, our mind, and our heart are very important energy centers of our life. And in general, the more of the mercy that we understand in our mind drips down and comes to our heart, the easier our life is going to be. So that's why we do a meditation, to bring everything that we know into a more almost cellular level in our body. And as always, you don't have to be a perfect meditator or know exactly what to do. You can just listen to the meditation itself and follow along as much as you can. So we start always with closing our eyes. We want to focus on our breath. Breathing is one of the ways that we amplify our ability to focus, to connect, to feel our soul, to feel the creator, to feel the universe. We always want to focus our breathing on our abdomen. Do not try to breathe with your chest or your upper body or your shoulders. Completely refrain from that and focus on breathing with your abdomen, with your diaphragm. And we also want to focus our consciousness in our heart. After that, we want to send our consciousness to the middle of the earth, where there is a tremendous and a lot of energy of the creator. I want to pull this energy. And if you want to really feel energy coming from the bottom of your feet through your entire body, slowly moving through your calves, your knees, your thighs, your buttocks, your whole body, all your organs, your hands, your neck, your head, being filled with new and fresh energy of the creator. And then you want to envision as this energy pops from the top of your head and forms a beautiful ball of light above your head. You want to see and notice what color this ball of light is. And then pretend that you are in this ball of light. You want to see and envision how this ball of light starts to elevate above your body, above the building you're in, above our planet, and traveling faster than the speed of light through the entire universe to the edge of the universe, going through layers of light outside of our universe, and eventually coming to a very bright layer of light. Keep going higher, and we end and reach a golden layer, a very soothing, relaxing space. We keep going higher, and we enter a jello-like substance. We keep going higher, and we see an opening, a window-like opening where iridescent pearl-like light is coming from. Want to approach this opening, go through this opening, and enter the plane of the creator. A pearl-like iridescent tingling light. We want to ascend as high as we can in this space, and then visualize as our ball of light melts and becomes one with this energy. And the first thing we want to focus on is awakening of mercy, awakening of kindness. And we want to amplify our attribute of kindness. We want to amplify our ability to be kind. We want to amplify our ability to be kind to ourselves, to our environment, to our loved ones, to everyone in our life. To rise ourselves in our ability to be kind and amplify our ability of kindness. So if you want that, say yes. And visualize yourself. Understand that I can be always more kind to myself, more forgiving to myself, more kind to people around me, the ones that are closest in my life, people that I usually tend to be more judgmental towards. I can be kinder to them. And as my teacher Karen Berg said, be a force of kindness in this world. And what we want to receive is this ability to detach, this ability that we are not set in stone. We are not just who we think we are, or who people think we are. We're so much more. We are infinite. We are limitless. We are detached. We are love. We are wisdom. We're compassion. We're courage. We're kindness. We're focused. We're forgiving. We are loving. This is who we truly are. If you want that download, also say yes. I want to envision ourselves as a being of light. You want to visualize that you are full of light. You're full of this unconditional love of the Creator, the goodness of this world, that you are good, that everything is good. Everything that comes to us, everything that we are, everything is filled with goodness of the Creator. And we want to talk to ourselves and tell ourselves that we want to be who we truly are. Who am I truly meant to be? Who am I? What am I? And before we come back, we just want to also visualize that this perfect unconditional love, peace, compassion, healing goes to every level of our selves, our beliefs, our consciousness, our soul, every cell of our body, and the whole entire world. So if you want that, also say yes. And before we open our eyes, you just want to, again, visualize yourself in this light. Visualize yourself being rinsed in this light, being filled with this light from the bottom of your feet, again, to the top of your head, and open your eyes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. It was a beautiful meditation, beautiful visualization, beautiful down. I think they're so needed right now, and they're needed anytime, not only now, not only because we're in Scorpio, but this is just like how I want my life to be and how I want to exist
Me
in
too.
this world. That is for me.
Yes.
Right? Thank you so much, everybody. If anything else you want to add, or anybody, Nikki, anybody wants to add before we say this is complete for the consciousness and energy of this week connection?
I think the only thing that came to mind is when Micah was talking about when someone else makes you angry and you have the choice to react, right? We always have the choice to have our own reaction. I heard it once said that when you hold on to anger, that you're only hurting yourself because the other person doesn't know that you're still angry.
Very deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Have an amazing week, everyone.
Yes, so next time, I'm just going to add really quickly, if you know of anyone who can benefit and who might enjoy or use this broadcast, feel free to share it as much as you like. And we're going to be live on Sunday next time, on November 1st, on Sunday at 12. Please do join us. We love having you with us. And have a beautiful week. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself and love yourself. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Julie.